Hi, Chris here, mix engineer with McAllister Studios, and today we're breaking down the mix for SunflowerSav's new release, The Right One. All right, and we're now in the mix of The Right One, and let's start it out. And it starts out with this beautiful guitar intro. All right, so let's see what I got going on this guitar. So start off with an EQ. I'm using the free one by TDR Nova, works great. I have a high pass up to 100, and that's it. I have some X noise going on here from waves. All these tracks that came from this studio were terribly noisy. And you can hear this, especially when the guitar starts to get quiet in the pre-chorus, how noisy it is. Let me take the X noise off and you can hear it. You hear all that static. It's terrible. Once I put the X noise on, severely diminished. So I had to do that with all of her tracks that she got back from this studio. But you work with what you got. So let's go back to the beginning here. I also have a widener on. This is a free one from Polyverse called Wider. Let me take that off so you can hear what it sounds like without it. And now with it on. So I could tell that this guitar was recorded with only one mic, and I wanted to give it that stereo feel, so I gave it just a 20% width, and that made it open up just a little bit more. I have an LA3A on here as well, giving it some compression, and a Kramer channel strip, which I don't think is doing anything here. I think I was going to try to give it some brightness, but I ended up not, so that's really not even doing anything there. So let's continue on with the song, and let's get to verse 1.
He said, "You look like rock and roll. You feel like something good for my soul, but I know that you gotta go."
All right, so it opens up with this beautiful, powerful voice of hers. Let's see what I got going on in her lead vocals. I have this long list on this chain of her vocals. Let's solo this out and hear what's going on here. I'm starting off with some waves tuning, which she really didn't need all that much. You can see as I'm moving through here, her pitch is 95% of the time spot on. There's just a couple little spots here that just polished it out and made it sound nice and even, nice and on pitch. I have an EQ on here, high passing up to 100. Again, that Waves X noise. Really got to get rid of that noise. Whatever studio this came from had a lot of noise on their hardware when they were recording. And you can, again, hear this in between her vocals. Let me take the X noise off so you can hear.
Oh, that you gotta go.
There's just that constant static all the way through it. I put the X noise on and it's gone.
Oh, that you gotta go.
Really cleaned up the vocals there and the guitar that came from the studio. I have a de-esser on here. This is a free one from Spitfish. I have a ton of de-essers, but for some reason, even though this is a very finicky plugin, it does a good job. Then I'm using serial compression here. I have an 1176 followed by an LA2A. I didn't really need to go serial compression here, but I love the color that the bluey setting on the the 1176 gives. So I am adding that in there just a tiny little bit for the color, the brightness, and I'm following it with an LA2A for leveling. Then after that, I have the Kramer channel strip, and I'm boosting at 10 kilohertz, 4 decibels, just to give her a little bit of brightness, and I'm following that out with a Kramer master tape. And the only reason I'm having this on here is for the saturation. All right, so let's go ahead and see what this sounds like with no effects on it at all, and then I'll go ahead and put the effects back on.
He said, "You look like rock and roll. You feel like something good for my soul, but I know that you gotta go. Because folks like you and me, know we don't stay long, 'cause the time ain't cheap, so I see street. But I know when something feels right, so I think I'll let you hold me tight. But if I wake up and you're not there, I think I'll lose my shit, 'cause I can't bear the pain, I can't restrain.
All right, so we got something different going on in the chorus here with the lead vocals, but let's take a look at these drums that are coming in here. So let's take a listen to those isolated by themselves. All right, so on the drums, it's CLA drums all the way. I did very minimal processing on these drums. So the kick, CLA drums, just having a little bit of studio reverb here on the kick, tiny bit of compression, some top end and low end there. Snare, same thing, CLA drums, a little bit of gate, very little soft gate, some club reverb, tiny bit of compression, a little bit of high end and then more body there. The hi-hat, the ride, all I'm doing is high passing them with an EQ. That's it. The rack toms, I got CLA drums on each one of these. And then all I'm doing is having an EQ on the overheads and the ambience as well. But you can really hear how much of a difference it makes on those toms coming in with the CLA drums. So here's with the CLA drums on. Let's just listen to the toms. And here's with no CLA drums at all. Very flabby, so that really excites them up and gets them processed very good. And I love the CLA drums. So that's the drums section coming in there. So let's continue on with the chorus.
I wake up and you're not there, I think I'll lose my shit, 'cause I can't bear the pain, I can't restrain. So I'll give this one more shot, 'cause real good love can't be bought, so I'll stay. So you'll keep on loving me the wrong way.
All right, so a really big, powerful chorus here. So when she gave me this song, she wanted me to keep in mind Casey Musgraves, which I did hear in this. But you know what other artist I heard very well in this? Adele. So I kept those big, powerful vocals in mind through this. And those drums coming in really sounded like some big, powerful Adele. So I kept that in mind while I was mixing this song. Let's continue on after the chorus with the instrumental. All right, let's break down this bass that's got it's got going on throughout this song. So let's hear what the bass line sounds like at the verse. All right, so I got some EQ on here. I'm high passing up to about 30, scooping out some of the little bit of mids and boosting the highs. I have amplitude 5 on here with an emulation here, a head emulation. And I'm using the SVX 15R. And these are the settings I got on that. Here's without the amplitude 5 emulation. And with the emulation on. I think it just gave it a little bit more focus and presence. I have an LA3A on here as well as the Curves Equator, which if you're not familiar with this plugin, it's similar to Soothe 2. It takes out competing frequencies to make it a lot more present. And I have on my bass track routed to it, I have sidechained on the entire drums bus and the guitar. So that's all sidechained into this curves equator. And you can see that lighting up down here on the bass. That I have 2 side chains on right now. And then on the side chain part of the equator, there's nothing on the normal setting, but on the side chain, I have the drums bus and the guitar feeding into this. And you can see the competing frequencies between the 1 and 300 range are getting canceled out so that the bass has a lot more presence. So let's see that. All right, let's continue on with the song.
So I wonder, is it worth the cost? 'Cause it burns. I can't seem to learn. Just because your heart says this is right, don't mean the price is worth the fight. So if
Such powerful toms there that really brings out that section really good. Let's hear that tom section there in the pre-chorus. And again, with none of those CLAs on there, here's what it sounds like. Not so great. So with those CLA effects on there, really brings those out really nice.
don't mean the price is worth the fight. So if I wake up and you're not there, I think I'll lose my shit. 'Cause I can't bear the pain, I can't restrain. So I'll
All right, let's break down this chorus section here. So I split up her lead vocals between the verses and the pre-chorus and then the chorus. And the only difference here, really, between the lead for the verses and the pre-chorus and the chorus is that I have on the chorus bus the Joe Ciccarelli vocal strip. And that's doing only 2 things. I think I was going to try some compressors on this, but I turned them all off. I used the serial compression with the 1176 and the LA2A. But the only things that it's got going on here, a little bit of modulation, and then I have the delay on here, an 1/8 note delay, in a ping pong setting. So here's what the chorus sounds like, just the vocals by themselves.
wake up and you're not there, I think I'll lose my shit. 'Cause I can't bear the pain, I can't restrain. So I'll give this.
So that really gave it some really big, wide depth to it. Let me take that Ciccarelli vocal strip off so it's taken off the modulation and the delay, and you can hear what the difference sounds like.
I wake up and you're not there, I think I'll lose my
And here's with the
shit.
Ciccarelli
'Cause
in.
I can't bear the pain, I can't restrain. So I'll give this one more shot. 'Cause real good love can't be bought. So I'll say, so you'll keep on loving me the wrong way. Say you'll keep on loving me the wrong way. So you'll keep on loving me the wrong way.
So during that interlude, she had a lot of those going on with the vocals, which she did not have in the other interlude. And those I had to really boost up the gain quite a bit because those were getting lost. So I wanted to make those really present. And I also have Curves Equator on her vocals as well, but I don't have anything sidechained to them. All I have is her vocals running through the Curves Equator to make them a little bit more crisp. So it's getting rid of some of those resonant frequencies that we don't want. So you can see that here. I'll start it in the pre-chorus, and you can see those resonant frequencies getting canceled out here in the Curves Equator.
Know when something feels right, so I think I'll let you hold me tight. But if I wake up and you're not there, I think I'll lose my shit, 'cause I can't bear the pain, I can't restrain. So I'll give this one more shot, 'cause real good love can't be bought. So I'll stay, so you'll keep on loving me the wrong way. Keep on loving me the wrong way. Keep on loving me the wrong way.
All right. So that was a behind the scenes look at a breakdown of the mix for the right one. If you like this video, the breakdown of the mix, go ahead and like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Happy mixing.